What's very interesting, I think another evolution that we can speak to is the way that we date, and especially the younger generation. A dating app is a normal form of meeting someone to date and become your eventual life partner, your wife or your husband or any sort of partner. That if someone told me that when I was dating and 18 years old, 19 years old, the beginning of my university experience, I would have said, no way. These apps are made for people that are divorcees later in life and having trouble. They're not in the club scene or they're not in the younger party scene. Why would you need a dating app when you're 20s? However, 2020, especially amid the pandemic that we are going under, it's important to note we are speaking in 2020. And at this time, the pandemic has made an even more of a resurgence onto the online dating world. It is an incredible reality to know that the general way that a younger audience, a younger group of people chooses to date people is through this fake persona or potentially fake persona, we could say. Because to Nick's point, you can make any profile you wish. However, some people do attempt, and their real life is something that people think is made up, and it could be their authentic life. There's also an understanding that even me myself, I look at someone that I know who they are as a person. I look at their profile and say, that is not you. Consequently, I look at someone for the opposite reasons and say, hey, that's not you. And for very different reasons. And I'd say that just even not like I have been strong enough to, and I'd say stronger, arrogant enough to not be on these profiles, not have Instagram. And I'm a single man, and maybe that's why. When I tell a girl I don't have Instagram, they're terrified. They're saying, I can't creep you. I can't know your background. I don't know what your friends look like. I don't know what your social profile is. It is a red flag for a lot of girls today to say that I don't have Instagram or Snapchat and Twitter. I know this is my Bo Humbug story of the single life, but it is a true anecdote that I think has value to this connotation. So if I had a fake profile on Instagram that portrays a life that is not necessarily authentic and true, it is at least one that you can reference in some eyes. So in one sense, having a fake persona is better than having no persona at all, which is a scary thought to know that in this day and age that an authenticity isn't necessarily valued. It's more about the appearance of authenticity that we can all are aware can manipulate. So it's very scary and very kind of a challenging world to navigate in today's world where we're not even sure if someone's profile is connected to their actual personality. And it can also even change the way you look at someone that you knew. Like me, because I never really have been too much active on these apps, I just know people at face value as much as possible. I work in retail, so I'm able to see a lot of people in the real world. And then when I see their profile, I'm like, oh my God, I don't like you anymore. It makes you judge. And that's another point that it's kind of funny that my parents, who are 68 and 60, I would never assume would ever have social media when it began, are both very active on social media platforms. And every conversation that I hear is very judgmental, whether it's good or bad. It seems to place people in a state of judgment, whether it is to say, oh my God, that's so nice. Oh my God, her kids are so cute. Versus, oh my God, why would you post that? It's just an interesting dialogue and a way that we like to, I think it's part of, like Nick says, though, it is the evolution of social interaction. These are maybe things that we would have had, when you get home from your aunt's house and go, oh, did you see what she was wearing? We've just transported that onto, oh my God, did you see what she was wearing on the post? So maybe it is the parallel of something that we did naturally engage in as humans in social interaction. It's hard to not recognize the medium having an effect on the message. I think it's impossible to separate what Marshall McLuhan saw the value of a written note of the same words versus a phone call of the same words versus hearing it from your ears. It conveys a different kind of message. I feel like that's an important caveat to understand.